Hickory Dickory Dock is a famous nursery rhyme, and almost everybody knows it, so it's time for us to learn it in case you don't already know it. Listen one time. Hickory Dickory Dock, the mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck one, the mouse ran down. Hickory Dickory Dock. Will you say after me, I go first, and then you are my copycats. I go first. Hickory Dickory Dock. Your turn. The mouse ran up the clock. My turn. The clock struck one, the mouse ran down. My turn. Hickory Dickory Dock. Your turn. Very nice. Can you say the whole thing with me? Here we go. Hickory Dickory Dock. The mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck one, the mouse ran down. Hickory Dickory Dock. Boys and girls, that part that says the clock struck one means the clock's bell rang one time. And you can look at the picture of the grandfather clock that you see, and if you know how to tell time, you can see that it's 1 o'clock. So at 1 o'clock, the clock strikes one time. At 6 o'clock, the clock strikes 6 times. At 8 o'clock, the clock strikes 8 times. How many times does the clock strike at midnight? Do you know? Look at those little stars. Those are called asterisks. When we see the stars, we're going to snap with our fingers one time. And if you're not a great snapper, it's okay. I'm not a great snapper either. It's just the way I'm made. But I try, and you can try too. Let's say it and snap. Hickory Dickory Dock. The mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck one, the mouse ran down. Hickory Dickory Dock. Notice that there are three, just a minute. Did you hear the clock strike 4 times? It's not really 4 o'clock though. Notice that there are only 3 stars. There are only 3 snaps. That part where we talk about the clock striking 1, we don't snap after that line. Do it again. Hickory Dickory Dock. The mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 1, the mouse ran down. Hickory Dickory Dock. Look at the highlighted words. Hickory Dickory Dock. Can you pat your legs and say it? Ready, set, go. Hickory Dickory Dock. Good. Now let's pat at the beginning of the poem and at the end of the poem when you see the yellow highlighted words. Don't forget those snaps. We're going to start with the pat. Hickory Dickory Dock. The mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 1, the mouse ran down. Hickory Dickory Dock. Did you remember to pat at the end of the poem? Let's do it again and start from the top. Hickory Dickory Dock. The mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 1, the mouse ran down. Hickory Dickory Dock. Moving on. Look at the circle words. This part's pretty easy. The word up has a red circle, and the word down has a red circle. When you say the word up, I want you to point up with your finger. Point up way up high. And when you say the word down, point down. So we're patting, we're snapping, We're pointing, ready, set, go. Hickory, dickory, dock. The mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 1, the mouse ran down. Hickory, dickory, dock. Try it again, pat first. Hickory, dickory, dock. The mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 1, the mouse ran down. Hickory, dickory, dock. And boys and girls, if you are in the music room with me, there's something special that we add at the very end. How many times does the clock strike? 1, because it's 1 o'clock, probably 1 o'clock in the morning, which is when it's dark and everyone's asleep. Some grandfather clocks have a special kind of bell in them, and it looks like a gong. A gong is an instrument from China, and if you are in my music room, someone's going to get to play my gong at the very end. Let's do the whole thing. Let's start with the pats. Hickory, dickory, dock. The mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 1, the mouse ran down. Hickory, dickory, dock. And gong. The end.